Hi, cuties, besties, and ghosties. This is Muertera. Welcome to my channel, Muertero. I'm so excited to have you here. For my new listeners, welcome. For my returnees, hi. So excited you're here. Today we are going to be digging into my favorite, which is upcoming month predictions. So we're filming this in March 2023, but this is an anytime, anywhere, any March reading. You can also come see these, if you feel called to it at any other point as well. But today we'll be taking a look at two different areas. So the first one will be your love life in March, and the second will be your career in March. We're going to look at the overall energy. We'll look at the energy that you can embody to help kind of manifest what's coming or mitigate what's coming. And then we'll dig into the tarot to get you a little bit more advice. We also will have one card, which is one of these, that will embody just kind of the energy upcoming in the month for you in your soul's path as well. So really excited to get started, really excited to have y'all here. If you have not done a pick a pile before, basically you're just going to sit for a second, tune into the energy of the crystals and the piles, and then pick the one that resonates with you the most, and then you can skip to that part of the reading. In the next section, I'll also play a sound bowl and talk a little bit about the crystals. So if you need a little bit more time, feel free to join me in that section. Otherwise, I will see you in your reading. Okay, bye. Hi, cuties. Okay, so let's get started. Our first pile here has an amethyst quartz. I love this little guy. A little rough around the edges, but kind of sharpens to a point, stick it with the pointy end. Anyway. Side note, I ordered a Buffy deck, and I'm so excited to get it in the mail. I have been waiting for months. If you've ever seen Buffy and Mr. Pointy, that might be your pile. This is a little piece of rose quartz. It's a pretty faint one. I kind of like the blushy rose quartzes a lot, though. Real cute, really great for getting alignment with your heart chakra. I want to say this crystal is like rhododendron or something. No, that's a flower. I truly forget what this is, but this crystal has such like a healing energy for your heart chakra. That's why I bought it. I actually bought some for a potted plant. And then put it as stones in there. It was like such a cute thing to have in my bedroom to sleep by. Really enjoyed that. And then finally we have a piece of amethyst, and this one has some really like beautiful striations in it. So these are our piles, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I'm gonna play the singing bowl. Okay, friends, hopefully you've had a bit of time to tune in and choose your pile. So if you've made it with me this far, thank you. So happy to have you here, and I will see you in your reading. Okay, bye. Hi, Pile One. If you chose this Mr. Pointy, I'm going to start calling this Mr. Pointy. I love it. This is your reading. I have shuffled your oracle cards already, so I'll lay those out and then we will dig into tarot to get a little bit more clarification. So the first two that you received is kind of just like this month's purpose in your soul path. One is the cosmic heart, devotion, potency, making your life a moving prayer. And then cracked open, rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. I don't want you to get scared that it says rock bottom. I don't feel this like as rock bottom, but I do feel like there is going to be kind of like a cracking open of your heart space. And I think this is a really beautiful energy. I get a lot of softness from it. And it feels like this may have come after either a period of like maybe isolating yourself a bit, or kind of like a harder energy. And I think this is really beautiful. I feel you kind of like leaning into life and finding joy in things in a way that maybe you haven't in a while, or kind of like reconnecting with a piece of you that you just weren't able to connect with for a while. So I do feel like this is a very like beautiful energy to kind of start the month with. So we're going to do love on the left and career and finance on the right. For love, your energy is south. And then the bat reversed. And when these cards are kind of moving in directions, like I see this as self moving forward, which I think like really complements this opening of the heart space and kind of like tapping into things that I don't want to say were lost to you, but kind of maybe took a little bit of a back seat, or you felt like disconnected from for a little bit. I feel like this is a very, very healing energy for you. And then on the career side, we have the unseen and we have the lion. Okay, so let's talk about your love side first. I really see this kind of central energy as impacting both your love life and your career and finances right now. I think in your love life, like, you are learning when it's time to let go of things. When it comes to like self-growth, staying on your path, staying true to yourself, and really like reserving your energy to transform yourself. I feel like recently you've gone through some sort of ending, and that's really opened up space for you to get to know yourself in a much deeper and more beautiful way. Like, I do feel like this cracked open, like it's cracked your self-perception open to where you're seeing this pearl at your center in a way that you really hadn't been able to see before. And I think it's helping you like find, maybe not joy, but find appreciation for when things end, it opening a space for a new beginning. And I think the bat is all about rebirth and cycles and new beginnings. And I think that really complements this cracked open very well. Like, this might be kind of like a new perspective for you. Like, this bat is in reverse, you know. We don't come into like these like new self-perceptions or new ways of thinking easily. Usually there's pain that comes along with it. So I think this is a new space for you, but I think it's something that like you're still healing, but you're excited about. Like, like the future is starting to look really rosy and bright again in a way that it hasn't. And I'm almost getting like teary saying that, in a way that it hasn't in the recent past. And so I want to say, like, you made it, sweetie. Like, you know, things are going to start looking up, and it's not some magical thing that's just happened to you. Like, this is a direct result of your self-work and the work that you've done to love yourself and heal from whatever changes happened to you. So, it's a really cool energy. It's really beautiful. Like, I'm just getting like such a healing energy from these 3 cards. Okay, so we're gonna pull 3 cards of tarot to dig into your love life. And I'm hearing Dark Night of the Soul. Like, this might be you kind of flying out of that energy. Okay. With kind of like your hopes and wants and needs, like, more solidified and clarified in your mind. I feel like that is the thing that's going to have the biggest impact on your love life. So let's ask Spirit, what's going on in March in pile 1's love life? Okay. Okay, so we have Carnival, which is the world in this deck. And I really do feel like a very tough cycle is ending for you. And I think you're going to have just a moment and space in this upcoming month where you are really going to feel a lot of healing from the universe. Like, this is the Ace of Pentacles, Olodumare. And this card talks about building a house of peace and purity from your tears. Ogun Lafambo is the 5 of Wands. And in this deck, it's about like persevering and fighting and almost like forgetting what you're even fighting for. And at the end of it, you've lost a limb. You're still struggling in battle. Like, I feel like this energy is leaving you. And you're going to find clarity, and you're going to find a lot of gentleness, and you are going to find peace in your life. And you're going to have an understanding that whatever tough cycle that you have just closed is actually cracking open your life to make room for something new. And I'm going to be honest, right? It's not going to be like, I don't see you finding a partner tomorrow. But the space that this is creating and the healing that you're going to find and the self-love that you're going to find in this month is going to create the space for that person. I think this is extremely beautiful. Like, this illumination is going to illuminate all areas of your life. And it's because you made it through. Like, you did the work, you did the self-healing, you took care of yourself, and you're developing that self-worth. And the more that you develop that self-worth, the more that it's going to radiate out into all aspects of your life. And you're going to be a beacon for other people to do similar healing as well. So I want to give you a hug and a high five right now. This is really beautiful. Okay. So let's move on to your career and finance. So there's kind of like a similar energy of kind of like becoming on this side as well. The Lion one upright is very kind of like self-assured and authoritative, like not in a negative way, like kind of clear seeing, like very just like strong and confident. And the Unseen is about being able to kind of like see the underlying forces of life and recognize them. I think that as your heart space opens, you are going to become more and more confident in yourself and in your more assertive self, being able to say, this is who I am. Like, this is the self piece. Like, this is who I am. This is what I deserve. This is what I want. Right now, I feel like you're kind of like entering this month in a little bit more of a restrictive area here. Like the lion, when out of balance, can talk about being kind of more aloof and reserved. Like, I feel like you are a little bit in this protective energy. Like, okay, something traumatic just happened to me. I'm not feeling like really like extending myself out. I think this might be like causing you to almost be a little bit unseen in your career as well. And I think as you heal and as you develop your self-love and as your heart space opens, you will start becoming this upright lion again. Like, I kind of see that as your trajectory. Like this self-healing and this healing of your heart and your love life is also influencing your career as well. And I think as you do that, like as you're like, okay, I'm the bat energy, you know, I'm ready for rebirth. I'm ready for my tears to create this palace for me. I'm ready to let these things go and let myself be cracked open and really start leading with my heart. It's going to influence you in your career as well. And people are going to start looking at you and saying, oh, that's a leader. That's someone who knows who they are and knows what they want, and they were born to lead people. I think right now you're having a hard time kind of like living and embodying that energy because it is so new to you. And it's hard to be that confident, like assertive person when we've been hurt. So I think your challenge here is to really open your heart, you know, when you're ready, like when you're ready, right? This is a healing process, but there is going to come a time when you're ready to start letting these things go and start stepping into your power a little bit more. So Spirit, can you tell me a little bit about Pile 1's career in the upcoming month? So we have Ogun. Oh, we have an Ogun. I cannot say that word. But this is the 5 of Cups. It's really interesting in this deck because the 5s, you have it over here as well. I think most of them are different Oguns. And Ogun means war. He's the Orisha of war in Santeria anyway. I believe he's also a Loa. In this card in particular, you have a doctor. And so war can be seen on the battlefield, like over here, but war can also be disease. And I think this is just kind of saying exactly what I was saying before, honestly. But the 5 of Cups is recovering from like a hurt of the heart, right? And I feel like you still are in recovery. You know, you're almost ready to step off of this battlefield and to move into this place where, you know, maybe you're the patient now, you're recovering. La Morte is death. And so once you fully kind of embody this change energy and this bat energy, you're going to hit the 6 of Wands. I see these as in reverse because they are blocked here. Like the 6 of Wands is ultimate victory, you know, being able to hold your head high. What's currently blocking you right now is just healing your heart. And it's going to take a moment. But once it does, again, it's going to spill over into all areas of your life. And you are going to be this victorious lion. Like, you have so much fire and power. And I think a really like huge capacity to love, not just in a romantic sense, but also just have love for the people around you and see the unseen and appreciate people for who they are. And I think part of that love and that huge capacity to love is also coming out of your pain. It's, going through things like that is hard, but they're also a gift. Like, they happen for you, not to you. And I think this is one circumstance where at some point you will look back and you'll see, wow, like this situation was so hard and it gave me so many gifts. And I'm like, like I am grateful for the lesson. Maybe not the experience, but I am grateful for the lesson, what it's done for me. And that kind of just like makes me think of this, like, Mr. Pointy. Like, yeah, like getting stuck with the pointy end hurts, but at the end of this, there's a stone that's becoming clear. So I'm really excited for you. I think this is really just phenomenally beautiful energy. And I'm excited for this month. So if this resonated, please like, subscribe, comment. Those things all help me so much as I'm growing my channel. Thank you so much for bringing this really beautiful energy. I hope you're doing well. I hope you protect your little heart. And when you're ready to open up, I really hope that it manifests in such a beautiful way. And honestly, I hope you come and see me again soon. So until then, bye. Hi, Pile 2. If you picked this cute little rose quartz, this is your reading. Okay, and so this is the central energy of the upcoming month. All paths lead home. Inner authority, intuition, turn your gaze within. I've also shuffled out some oracle cards already. First, we have the left side, which is where we're going to read your love situation for the upcoming month, and then we'll move on to career and finance as well. So your energy was the crone, clarified by the black egg. And then for love, we have the flame reversed, and we have the lamb. So I think your central message for the month of March really centers around gaining self-acceptance and self-confidence in who you are, in your special, unique place in the world, and then also being willing to speak up, to stand in your power, to not only kind of understand who you are, but accept who you are and feel at home in yourself. The crone is an interesting card. Actually, these two cards, I don't know if they've ever really come out in any of the readings that I've done. Black egg definitely hasn't. Crone maybe like once. And if you look at the crone has like a comfortable relationship with death, with the macabre. Like the crone is in the trifecta of womanhood. You have the maiden, you have the mother, and then you have the crone. And so the crone has seen cycles, has gained wisdom, has traversed life. And things like death aren't unknown to her. She's kind of making her way closer to death. The black egg is really about self-discovery and being able to recognize your inner truth and speak it out into the world. And I feel like with this crone energy, you're kind of reflecting on the experiences that you've had, and you really are kind of coming home to yourself in a way that you haven't before, with the understanding that you've seen some shit, you've been through some shit, and that has really shaped you as a person. And I think it's interesting that there are a lot of eggs in this deck, and an egg to me speaks about birth and fertility. I feel like this is a new energy for you. Self-acceptance, resilience, and the ability to kind of tell the universe that's what you want. And I think that this is opening up a door and a potential for the partner who is going to accept all of this about you to come into your life. And I feel like you have a knowing about this as well. Like I looked over at this card and the word that popped out to me is intuition. Like I feel like you are really starting to deeply trust your intuition, and really kind of celebrate the things in your life that maybe were more difficult or taught you lessons that the people around you didn't seem to learn. But I feel like you feel that you're a step back from a lot of people. Like there's some barrier in between you and the rest of the world. Like you feel very unique. You feel like you have a different perspective, and I'm feeling like you're coming to a place where you've accepted that as a gift as opposed to something that actually disconnects you from everyone else. Like this connection within is actually helping you connect with the people around you as well. And I do kind of want to talk about, I was going to save career for after, but I do feel like this energy is carrying over into your career as well. The flame is really about searching for your inner flame, like that spark, that unique path in this world. And the lamb is timid, but very gentle. And I feel like you're learning to use this inner awareness and inner light in a way that like gently nudges people in a direction. So I'm really curious to see how this is impacting your career side. But let's hop into the tarot. And we are going to ask what is coming up for you in love in March. And something just, if you're in a relationship and you've been feeling like you're maybe not, and this is for a small amount of people, like specifically if you're in a relationship and you have been really contemplating whether you want to be a parent, I feel like if you've had doubts or reservations that you're ready, I feel like those are kind of going to be almost like melting away. Like this self-acceptance is really helping you feel so secure in yourself. Like almost like this is a little embryo, like that you're ready to kind of speak and birth into the world. It's it's like a deep, beautiful energy. It almost feels like a pitch black pool that is just bottomless. Maybe that's going to resonate to somebody. Like maybe this is a state that you felt during meditation, but that's like really what it feels like to me. And it's just calm, but there's so much depth to it. Okay, Spirit, can you provide us with a couple cards on what is next up for pile 2 and love this month? Okay, we have the magic mirror, and that is the moon in this deck. We have death. Whoa, okay. That is too many cards, Spirit. We're gonna take these. Okay. And let's shuffle out career as well. Spirit, what about career for pile 1? I mean pile 2. I don't know what I mean anymore. Okay. And the market. Okay. So let's talk about this love side first. I feel like your intuition really is getting stronger. Um, and your connection with your ancestors might be as well. I do feel like for some of you, you may have a practice like meditation, um, and almost like a visualization practice of what you're trying to bring into your life right now. I don't want to say it's like, it doesn't feel quite like a typical manifestation. It's almost like you have your own separate practice. It feels a little bit primal. Like it is very crone-like. It is connected to the underworld. Um, and maybe some mirror gazing as well. I just feel like I don't feel a ton of like confusion or like emotional instability. I feel like you are starting to kind of like melt those things away. And like as you're gazing in the mirror and as you're getting to know yourself, you're becoming more and more sure about your connection to the universe. What's interesting over here is we actually have the King and Queen of Wands here. Um, and the Queen is in reverse, which tells me that you're still a little bit unsure of your own connection to femininity. And I think for the people who I was talking about, like potentially considering having a child, I think this is something that you're going to be working on and resolving as you get deeper in touch with your inner core. And just having a more comfortable relationship with like the dark and light aspects of yourself. I think you are a person who holds that balance. Like some of us can truly connect with both the light and the dark in life, and it's not a negative thing. It's why we have dark goddesses. It's a specific type of energy. And I feel like in the past, this has been confusing to you or maybe like a little disconnecting. And I think you are going to be channeling that energy more and really figuring out how to, I don't want to say manifest in your life. Like, I use that word a lot. Like, and I do feel like it's kind of like misused sometimes, but you are going to be able to see that impact in your life, and doors that maybe you were afraid to open, you're going to get more comfortable with opening within yourself. I do feel like in this pile, there may be two situations. Either you are in a relationship and you're having like a little bit of reservations, like this person maybe won't accept these parts of you, or you've tried to hide them a little bit, like maybe you're a little bit scared of your dark side as well. Or you haven't fully expressed like your deep philosophical nature, or let your partner see that sometimes you are really happy, but sometimes you are very sad, and there's a balance to you. I feel like this person, they really are like your match. And I don't like, because they're general readings, I don't like to talk about like, this is your true love forever. And I keep on kind of like nitpicking with these cards. So I feel like there's a lot of kind of like energy swirling around in this connection right now. But I do feel like in this place and time, if you're with somebody dating them, I do feel like they're in your life for a reason, and they're here because they can hold you both in light and dark moments. Like they see you as a full person, even if you're still struggling to accept those parts of yourself. And I think that's coming through like really clearly. Like you may have some reservations about the balance to your life right now, but this person doesn't. And for those of you who have not found a partner, this person is coming. And it's kind of like interesting, like these, I love these cards because they're so detailed. Like this queen is holding this snake, and this king is kind of like holding this dark pot where like flames are coming out. There's such like a balance to these cards. And I really think the key here is being able to balance that crone energy. The fact that you're not just bubbly and light all the time, and that's perfect. Like there's polarity to this world. We need both creative and destructive energies. And this person can hold you through it. I love this. This is really beautiful. I'm very excited for you for the coming month. I am getting the feeling that this may be, if it's a new person, even if you're with them now, it may be a slow burn for you to be really comfortable opening up and kind of speaking your truth. Like this egg is still guarded. It's got scales on it. But they're there and they're patient and they're willing to hold you with that fire. This is so cute. I love it. Okay, so we're going to move on to career and finance. And I'm wondering if, balance is something that I feel like you've been working on, and kind of accepting these parts of yourself. This is the Five of Swords, and I wonder if you're in a pretty like chaotic or toxic not relationship. I think this area is fine. Work environment. It seems like this is so dark, but I just heard like lamb to slaughter. I feel like as you've been going through this process of really reflecting and coming home to yourself, it's created a lot of imbalance in your work environment. T-Bon Eng is temperance, and the market is, I believe, the Wheel of Fortune. This Ogun card is the most chaotic one in this deck. And, as we're filming this, the economy is going through some weird cycles. And I'm wondering if you're kind of coming to the realization, maybe as many people are, that the environment that you're at work in is not necessarily serving the person that you're becoming. Like, I just sense a very, protective energy from this side. And, almost like you've been kind of, kicked around a little bit. It makes me feel really sad. Like this is an area that maybe feels like a little bit of out of balance and out of control for you right now. And Spirit is saying, really, you are such a beautiful person and you have so much to offer the world. And you deserve to be in an environment where that is respected and people listen to your opinion. And you can be the lamb. I feel like you want to approach people with a more gentle side of you. You have this duality to you. But I feel like maybe at work, some people have taken advantage of that, and it's been really hard for you to kind of voice your concerns or stand up for yourself or say, hey, I know that I've always been the person who has showed up to work and given it 1,000%, but what I'm getting back right now isn't serving me anymore. I feel like this process of going within has also just changed the dynamics that you work in. And I just feel a resistance from people around you. Like, they don't necessarily like it because they can't take advantage of you anymore. Like, it's kind of, it feels a little icky, to be honest. And it's not from the cards with your energy. Like, I want to be completely clear with that. Like, you actually have like a very beautiful energy right now. There's a lot of change involved. Like, we have death, we have the Wheel of Fortune. But whereas in your romantic life, I feel like these changes are being seen and being accepted. I feel like there's just more of a resistance on this side. And Spirit is really telling me right now, like, you are worth more. Something that somebody told me once was like, you can deal with a lot of stuff at work, but when work starts to take a piece of your soul or make you feel like you can't be your whole self and starts draining you, that's when you know it's time to move on. And this is a general reading again, so you may be just in a rough team at work and maybe moving to a different team would be helpful. You might have just had a bad week. I think Spirit is just asking you, like, is this place trying to put out your flame? And if it is it worth it? Because Spirit wants you to be able to be confident and speak up and take care of yourself. And be in an environment where you're loved and appreciated. And I think in your career right now, like, you're having a really hard time maintaining balance because there's so much chaos around you and people who are maybe not treating you in the way that you deserve right now. I want to get a piece of advice for over here because it's pretty... Your romantic life looks great right now. This one is like a little bit less rosy. Okay, so let's get you some advice for your career side. And I'm hearing another thing too, like, if you are feeling like really like spun around at work, I think channeling this lamb energy and staying calm is really going to help you. Okay, Spirit, can we have a piece of advice for our beautiful pile too? Okay, spells and rituals bring magic and self-care together. This kind of feels like, I don't know if you're doing like meditation in water or something. Like I was talking about that, like that deep and dark pool. Something that might be helpful right now is like putting Epsom salts in a bath and meditating, like light a candle, kind of imagine all of the toxic energy from your work environment that you've picked up just kind of going down the drain. I think meditation and water is going to be really helpful for you. That's kind of the sense that I was like getting, like you may be also like holding on to too much energy as well. Like that might be part of the black pool. Okay, and then keep moving forward. You got this. So that's just a confirmation, like, you're a badass, okay? Keep doing the work that you're doing. Keep going within. You know, treasure the relationships around that you have that are really supportive of this change. And don't be afraid to to make changes in other areas of your life once you figure out like what type of energy you want around and what is more in alignment with you. I hope that makes sense. I hope this was helpful. I'm very excited for your March. I feel like there's so many change happening. There's so much change happening for you. And I think this is going to be really beautiful for your life. I know change is really hard sometimes. And, you know, when we are growing and developing, sometimes we realize that environments that we've been in or people that we've been around no longer serve us. So just do what's best for you at the end of the day. Like, you are your own biggest cheerleader. It looks like you have somebody in your corner supporting you right now, or there is going to be somebody there shortly. So lean on those relationships. If you feel called to, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm so grateful to have you here. This was really beautiful energy to channel. And I hope you keep your little heart safe in the next month, and hopefully I will see you soon. Okay, bye. Hi, Pile 3s. If you picked this unknown, really pretty stone that's black and pink, then this is your reading. I'm really excited to have you here. Welcome. So your central energy of kind of what's going on in your life in general for the month of March is Messenger. Serious energy, bringing harmony and balance. I have Oracle shuffled for you already, and we are going to put a couple out for your love life and then for your career as well. You actually got quite a few more cards than every other pile, so yay. Don't tell them. On your love side, you have the Gem and Eros. And then the Spider. And for your career side, you have the Eternal Child reversed, the Ocean, and Unicorn. So I guess let's do it this way. You can help my brain kind of organize these. Okay. So I am really excited for this pile. I shuffled these yesterday, and so I didn't really kind of like sit and really sink into the energy until I just laid out the cards right now. But I just feel like I feel such like a just driving energy right now. It's very like passionate but stable. And can we just talk about how like the gem came out, and then there's Eros, which is like a pair of lips with a gem inside of it. I don't know. I love it. I'm all for it. What I think your main theme for this month is really bringing balance within yourself, and kind of like using that to open up doorways in your life. Messenger talks about being kind of a messenger on this planet, and being able to bring the message of balancing feminine and masculine energy. And I think when it comes to love this month, I think you're really learning to open up. And I think that's really due to your hard work. Like, I don't know if you've been maybe going to therapy or opening up more, but the Spider is incredibly industrious and incredibly creative. And I feel like this creativity and this work and this kind of commitment to the work, not necessarily the destination, has really taken you, like, say you started out as a diamond in the rough, like you're a straight up brilliant gem now. Like, this looks like a fire opal. And the colors are kind of repeated in this Spider card as well. So I feel like the work that you're doing is really opening up your heart space in a way and helping you to balance that feminine and masculine energy so you can be open to love. So you can bring that into your life. And Eros is about love. It's kind of like the functional energy of love in your life, of passion. And I feel like this is the doorway that has let this come in. So I'm really excited. Like this has like almost like a new love energy. It kind of has a new beginning energy to it. And I'm just so excited for you. I think if you're not excited, you should be excited. This is a super beautiful energy. And, you know, I think it's because you've really embraced this understanding that it isn't about the destination. Like, it's not necessarily about the partner you get. It's not the life that you get. It's not the white picket fence. It's like the beautiful moments along the way that have helped you weave this tapestry. And there's also something in here about like kind of processing past trauma. I feel like in the past you felt more restriction. Especially in this card, it's almost like the walls are closing in, like you were really like protecting yourself and protecting your heart. And as you've worked on this, it's really opened you up to where you're able to access this Eros energy. It's very cool. Okay. So let's ask Spirit about your... And then we have the Four of Wands as well coming out, which in this deck is a ship kind of passing through lava. And I feel like you are kind of like, you've created that safe haven for yourself. Okay. Spirit, what can you tell us about Pile 3's month in love? Ooh, oh my gosh, these cards are like, I feel so much energy right now. We have the Magician, we have the Four of Swords, which is safe passage in this deck. And then one more card, please. Okay, that's too many cards, but I'm gonna keep them because I want to. Because I feel like these are kind of clarifying the Queen of Swords. I really feel like in this upcoming month, you are really becoming more open. Like, I think the Queen of Swords is here. I was getting that feeling that things have not been easy. And they've kind of like cut you off from your emotional side. Like, I almost feel like you've been in this kind of like protective energy up until quite recently. And you're kind of starting to put your toe out again and realize that like love is safe and new people are safe. And I think this Four of Swords and seeing the Four of Wands as well, like, I feel like that realization of safety is really allowing you to kind of channel this Queen of Swords energy into something really beautiful. Like, I think in the past, we have the Nine of Swords here, and the Ace of Cups reversed. I feel like in the past, like, you have been a little bit too protective and worried about opening up to somebody, letting somebody see the gem within you. And I think you kind of have realized that it is good to be judicious and wise, but it's only going to cut you off if you shut everyone else out. And I feel like that's kind of like the balancing of the feminine and masculine energy, to where you're getting more comfortable being soft and being open. Like, if you look at this Queen of Swords card, she's like holding a head above her head, but she has this snake that's nestled on top of it. And I feel like that's the snake from the Ace of Cups. And you kind of have this like more judicious view of new love, saying, yeah, like, new love can hurt, but I've learned a lot and I know that I'm going to be protected no matter what. I think this energy is going to bring somebody into your life who is going to be very impactful. And you may have met this person already. They may be coming soon. Like, I feel like the energy was very kind of like clear and strong in this pile. Like, a door has just opened for you. And I feel like when it comes to love, it's going to be somebody who is an intuitive match for you. Somebody who really sees the beauty of the web that you've created. And the Magician to me is a lot about like putting will into this world and creation. And I feel like this person is going to match that creative force you have and have a very similar understanding that it is not necessarily about the final destination. It's about the journey, right? The Magician is the Fool is the first card in the Tarot's journey. The Magician is the second. And so I do feel like you're going to meet somebody who is going to be able to meet this energy and really take a step forward with you. And they're going to enhance this feeling of safety that you have and this kind of like newfound passion for life. That's really cool energy. I'm into it. I feel like for your career, you are almost growing up in a way. Like this balance in your life and kind of this dissolving, like I see this as like dissolving of a lot of anxiety and kind of like negative patterns of thinking. And I feel like this balance and kind of harmony that you're finding within yourself is setting you up to really level up in your career in some sort of meaningful way. Like we have the eternal child in reverse, and then we have the ocean, and I kind of see, and then the unicorn. Like the unicorn is all about getting in touch with your intuition and your third eye, and really bringing like that back into yourself. I feel like this like ocean wave is kind of sweeping away your self-doubt or your fears, so you can move forward with that clarity and with that harmony and balance. And I'm wondering right now if you're like working towards something significant in your career. Like it might not be something that happens tomorrow, but whether you're in like school right now and you just chose a major and are ready to kind of like step out, whether you decided you're going to college or have sent out applications, maybe you're like thinking about applying for a new job or a management role. Like I really see this energy as kind of you saying, okay, well, that was the old me, and the old me had some fears and anxieties about taking on more responsibility or kind of putting aside like more childish mentalities. Like maybe my priority before was going out and hanging out with my friends after work, but you know, I'm gonna start working harder. Like I'm gonna, you know, take on more responsibility at work. I'm going to wake up earlier. I'm going to make that a priority. Or, you know, hey, I can't go like party on a Tuesday night. Like I have a test the next day. I feel like you're kind of like in this energy where you're just gaining like greater clarity into what your next step in life should be in your career and really like taking healthy steps towards it. It's pretty cool. Okay, Spirit, what can you tell me about Pile 3's career in the next month? Okay, we have Les Barons, the wild card reversed. And then we have the Ace of Swords, Dambalawedo, and we have the Knight of Wands reversed. I'm going to take the bottom of the deck too. Ah, okay. So what I really see here is you're kind of getting clarity on what is helping you in your career and what is actually hindering you. Because I feel like you have a huge potential for success. Like the spider's in like extremely industrious energy, but is more about the journey than the destination. And the unicorn is really about inner wisdom and connecting to your intuition. And there's kind of like a directional energy, like horses move forward, you know? And I feel like you have the potential to be really successful in whatever you do. This is the Six of Wands. Like Legba is like ultimate success. But I feel like there's like this like energy to this where if you're not applying your energy to the right things, like it's going to be blocked. And I kind of see these reversals as a choice for you. It's like, are you going to let this ocean kind of sweep away what served you when you were younger, or kind of like serve these like childish fantasies? Are you going to give up kind of like the chill life? You know, Les Barons, they're like partying and drinking and like smoking and kind of like, you know, out on the streets. Is that the energy that's really going to carry you into success in your career? And I don't think it's like necessarily like partying for everybody. That's just kind of an example. But I do think with the eternal child here, it is kind of a decision to put away whatever served you when you were younger, whether that was a year ago, 2 years ago, 2 weeks ago, you know, it'll be different for everybody. But I do think you're kind of being faced with a choice here. And the ocean is kind of forward facing energy. That's how I read these cards. So like if, okay, I can't pick it up, so I'm just going to move these around. But facing this way, I see the ocean pointing forward. And so I feel like this is going to happen for you regardless. And you might not necessarily right now have clarity on the things that you need to kind of sweep out of your life, but you're going to be getting that clarity. Things are going to be becoming more obvious. Like the unicorn's here, so you are going to have that connection with your inner self and your intuition, and that intuition is going to clearly tell you what is serving you and what's no longer serving you. And it's kind of up to you to just kind of like let this wave take it. And I kind of see this like, I see this as slow drips over time. Like it's not going to be like a tower moment and like immediate change or something coming in like in a way that is harsh or damaging or uncomfortable. I don't really see it like that. I see it kind of as these little drops, like almost like a gentle wave. And she's just going to slowly kind of like sweep things away. And as you kind of get back into balance after these changes, you're going to realize, oh, this doesn't really serve me anymore. Like maybe I want to do this instead. And it's going to have ripple effects into your career where you're going to figure out kind of like what your purpose is, where you want to go, and then use that spider energy to be really industrious and make sure that you're successful with it. It just feels like very like, this pile has a very like calm, forward, determined, moving energy to it. So I wouldn't be worried about these changes. I think with the Knight of Wands in reversed here, I don't think these are going to be like really abrupt or shocking changes, I think they are going to be relatively gentle. So yeah, this is honestly, this is all really beautiful energy. And I'm really excited for you in your March. So this is all I have for you. I hope this was helpful. If this resonated, please comment, like, subscribe. It really helps me, and I hope that honestly you'll come back and see me again. I want to see what your month is like in April. So until then, protect your little heart, and hopefully I will see you in another reading. Bye. Hi, Pile 3. Okay, I literally just did that twice in a row, and this is Pile 4. So some of you may also have a message in Pile 3, but hi, Pile 4. I'm going to leave this in here, I guess. If you picked the amethyst stone, then this is your reading. Okay, and your central energy for the upcoming month is activated earth. Power places, ley lines, and trust where you're led. Okay, I have shuffled some oracle cards for you for both your love and career side. So on your love side, you have the warrior, and you have stingray. And then career, you have the mentor and vulture. And straight off the bat, I'm noticing that there is a gem like right in this warrior's third eye. The gem came out, actually 2 cards with a gem in it in Pile 3. So you may have messages there if this kind of calls to you. Cool, I'm excited. Okay, I'm kind of looking at these, and honestly, this almost feels like this, we'll maybe dig into it, but this may be like a preceding energy to Pile 3. Or heck, potentially maybe like the following energy. Let's see, and I'll let you know what I think if you decide you want to go to Pile 3. But okay, your central energy is activated earth. So power places, ley lines, trust where you're led. Ley lines are really like energetic lines across the earth. I think there is like a bit of forceful energy in this pile. I was very like jovial as I was pulling out all of the cards. I feel like right now there might be kind of like a lack of clarity of the direction that you need to go. And I kind of feel like you are kind of like searching out a little bit, trying to figure out like, is this the right path for me? Is this not the right path for me? Like, I'm ready to go. Like, I'm getting like a very get up and go energy from the warrior. And I think this really is coming from you connecting with your inner self, connecting with your inner wisdom, and starting to take more of a stance in your world and saying, this is what I like, this is what I don't like. I'm the warrior. I'm going to draw that line in the sand, and I'm going to let you know this is what I'm going to put up with, and this is what I'm not. Like, the stingray always reminds me of growing a backbone. If you look, there's a rainbow down the back of the stingray, and then that's also echoed in this warrior as well. Like, this stingray and this warrior energy to me is saying, I know my worth. I know what I want, and I'm going to go out and get it. And it's very interesting energy for your love life, because on one hand, like, it seems like a little bit like upfront and a little aggressive, but on the other hand, like, I don't feel like this is a warrior that is out there trying to fight. But I do feel like this is a warrior who is willing to stand up for themselves and say, this isn't what I want. I'm going to find what I do want. And the stingray can talk about, like, learning to have those types of conversations with friends, family members, people around you. Like, you may have recently been in a connection where you didn't feel like your needs were being met, or you didn't feel like it was right for you. And maybe everybody told you, like, oh, this is the perfect person, you should definitely stay in this, but for you it was not right. Like, and I think you're learning to have those types of conversations. If you're in a connection right now, I feel like you're learning to have those types of conversations with your partner. Saying, hey, like, this is where my boundary is. And maybe you don't know what those types of conversations are going to lead to. It could be a strengthening of the relationship. It could be the dissolution of it. But I feel like you are learning to trust in yourself and trust in your needs and what you've identified for yourself, and say, well, these are my needs, and this is important for me to have these needs met from a relationship. I'm really proud of you. I don't know, like, I just feel kind of this just strong, self-assured energy, and like, almost like it is guided by the ancestors. Like, when you're putting this energy out, it's not just you. Like, you got a mob of people just behind you, supporting you. And I just cut the deck, and we have the Ace of Pentacles. And in this deck, this is about taking tears and turning them into a house of peace and purity. And I feel like you've gone through your trials and tribulations. Like, a warrior does not become a warrior overnight. That takes years of training and battle. And I feel like you have gone through your trials and tribulations, and you have taken those experiences and started to create the life that you want for yourself, even if you don't know the ultimate destination. And Pile 3 talked about that as well. The energy over here was the spider, and the spider isn't focused on the destination. The spider is really, like, focused on weaving the tapestry of life, and more on kind of daily actions than the ultimate purpose, but with the understanding that they're working towards something. Okay, Spirit, what can you tell us about Pile 4's month in love? We have the Three of Cups reversed. I kind of heard, like, I'm not going to put up with no bullshit. And I get the sense from that card too, like, yeah, we have Ogun La Flambeau, which is the ultimate warrior in this deck. And also, I cut the deck in the last pile, and the Four of Wands was the card. So I feel like you're really learning to stand your ground and to create boundaries for yourself. And I do see this as not necessarily just with romantic partners. You may be in a partnership right now. You may be kind of dealing with the battles of love. But I feel like you're learning to trust your intuition and trust what you're hearing in the stillness. And realizing that a Three of Cups situation isn't for you. Like, you're looking for a Two of Cups situation. And it doesn't really matter what anybody else feels about it. It really matters what you feel about it. And this Three of Cups situation, I feel like you're going to know what it is, you know, whether it's somebody who is not giving you their full attention and is looking for satisfaction or attention in multiple places at once. Whether this is someone who's not really willing or able to fulfill your emotional needs as well. Or if it's friends and family members who are constantly telling you what to do, stepping over your boundaries, like not respecting that this is your life to live. I feel like you are taking a stance, no matter how much it hurts in the moment, and trusting that these are the right decisions for you, because they really are decisions for you, not for somebody else. And I feel like you do kind of have this idea in mind of what happiness looks like, and you're creating that for yourself. Like, what does happiness look like for me? And maybe I don't know what that's going to look like in 5 or 10 years, but I can see right now what happiness isn't. And I'm going to start taking those actions and really trust where I'm being led, that I can say no to certain things in this moment that I know are not guiding me to a place where I'm going to be content and happy and find my partner and settle down and do all the things that I want in life. I know that there are things blocking me right now and draining me, and I'm going to start putting up those boundaries and telling people no. And that's what I really see for your like love and relationship side. I see you coming out with like a very like judicious fierceness and really knowing your worth and saying, I've got this gem in my third eye. Like, I am the diamond, and I'm going to ask for what I deserve. It's super beautiful. I just heard, I ain't a snack, I'm the whole damn meal. And you are. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Okay, so on the mentor side, I see you kind of like taking somebody under your wing, maybe in a way that somebody else has taken you under their wing before. I just see this vulture, like, and maybe it's like a little bit healing and reciprocal for you as well. The vulture is a lot about balance. The last pile was about balance too. Being able to kind of like transmute darker energies. Like the vulture comes in and, you know, eats carrion and cleans bones and does a lot of the dirty work that other people aren't willing to do. And I almost feel like you're like guiding somebody in a direction and steering them towards a better path. Like saying, hey, like, you don't always have to be the cleanup crew. You can also take care of yourself too. Like, I get the sense that you're kind of learning to do that for yourself. And you're also slowly trying to guide people around you in that same direction. And really just kind of caring for the people around you, maybe in a way that you weren't cared for, but you wish that you were. Okay. Spirit, what can you tell me about Pile 4's career in this next month? Okay. We have the market. Okay, and that's the Wheel of Fortune came out reversed in the last pile too. You should probably just watch pile 3. We have Possession, which is the Chariot, and Secret Societies, which is Judgment. So you have 3 major arcana in this side. I see you really taking control of a situation that you're in and making like a very judicious decision on how to move forward with it. I do see this really protective energy around you right now. And I think you're being like a little bit more direct in your personal life. versus the energy that I'm seeing on this side. But you're really learning to lead and stand your ground. And I think there's an acceptance, like if you are linked to Pal 3, like there seems to be like some fear or like timidity on that side. But I feel like here, you're really stepping into your power and realizing that you have a lot to offer and realizing that you can steer people in the right direction. Like, even if you don't necessarily know fully what that direction is, it's like almost like you're kind of releasing that imposter syndrome. Like you were looking to other people to tell you how to be or what to do. And you were kind of stuck in that vulture energy of kind of cleaning up other people's messes. And now you're really stepping more into your power, into like a leadership role and saying like, hey, actually, we're not going this direction anymore. I'm not going this direction anymore. And you're kind of influencing the people around you to have the same kind of boundaries and make the same sort of like judicious decision. Like I see a lot of strong decisions just made in confidence as opposed to being made in kind of like more of a fear-based mentality. And I think for you, that's really coming down to really knowing your worth. I see that on both sides right now. Like no matter what, no matter how anybody else reacts to what you're saying, what you're doing, and not to say that like what you're saying or doing is harmful. I don't think it is. I think it is beautiful and self-protective. And I think you're really honoring yourself with the way that you're acting. I see a lot of strength. And the secret societies, like this is a card of initiation where this person is just kind of like kneeled with their hands tied behind their back and they're just like in front of a pack of wolves. And I kind of see with this like attitude of just like, attack me then. But they're not going to. You know, like you've stepped into your power in a way where you're not worried about what other people are saying anymore. You don't care who they think you should be dating. They don't care what direction, or like you don't care what direction they think your career should be going. They're like, I'm the shepherd. I've got this. And I think people are going to start responding to that energy. And trusting in your leadership skills. Like Activated Earth talks about trusting where you're led, but I think other people are going to be looking to you to be led as well. And it's really because you have taken this confidence and really started letting people know about your standards and how you want to be treated. And you're also modeling that for other people. This is super cool. And you got 3 major arcana. I mean, I don't know what else you want. That's pretty dope to get in your career spread. So yeah, this is wonderful, like passionate, forward-moving energy. I'm so excited for you. I hope this resonated. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe. Really excited to have you here, and I hope you protect your little heart, and I hope I will see you soon. Okay,